Soul Circle. So, the namesake for the podcast, Dear Mama, but that is such a classic song about mothers, right? Like he goes through, think about a Soul Circle, like he goes through everything in terms of with his mother and the love for his mother. And so, there's several lines that, lyrics that, I just have to point out. And one of the most piercing lyrics that he has is, even as a crack fiend, mama, you are a black queen. So for people that may have had that struggle in life, right? So your mother couldn't necessarily be there for you 100%, even 10% of the way, because she was fighting her own addictions. He's saying though, even as a crack fiend, mama, you are a black queen. So, that's very deep. And that goes to that concept of some people, like with next week, some people just don't feel the same way about their mother. And that's okay. That's their journey, right? But we do know for this great day, and dads, don't forget, in June, I'm coming back with 2 parts for you. But now it's time just to really give thanks to those mothers. All types of mothers. There's like so many variations of a mother, and we definitely have to stand tall and salute mothers in that way. So another line that in Dear Mama with Tupac, pay attention when he says, "There's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand." So, right, there's no way that you can pay your mother back for everything that she may have sacrificed for you, that she may have done for you, that she may have taught you. And that includes punishments. And when you're like, oh my gosh, why is this woman in my life? But, all of those things together, that's what makes you who you are, right? Her experiences then help shape her mothering. And so you have to be I am very thankful. I am very thankful for all of those things with my mother. And so I hope the same for you. But, what I do know is, even though I can never pay you back, there's no way I can pay my mother back. My plan is to make sure that she understands that she is appreciated, right? So, that's Mother's Day. I think very highly of that. I think that is one of the greatest jobs, one of the most selfless jobs that any person could actually do. There are, of course, other great jobs and other selfless things that you can do, but that's definitely at the top of things that can be done. So, and then the other line that Tupac brings out in Dear Mama that I love, the lyrics, that is one of my songs. That's my song, Dear Mama. When that comes on, I just turn the volume up and I go. But the one lyric is, through the drama, I can always depend on my mama. Like, how many times it's like, you might have bombed out at work or wherever. You bombed out, you did horrible. And guess who is there to hug you, to give you solace and make you know that, all right, so you didn't do well today, but you my baby. You gonna do well tomorrow. And that's what we'll focus on. And that's that hug and that compassion that's given by her that you will always, always, always remember. But in terms of remembering, Soul Circle. I know, I see you over there laughing. Soul Circle. So while there is this concept and this love concept, this dreamy concept of, mother and their selflessness and just the job that they have to do, part of that job, right, is teaching you right from wrong. And when you say something sideways to her, she pulls you right back in line so that you understand that what you just said was sideways. So what I will never, ever, 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 ever forget is that every time when I was younger and I would go up to my mother and I would be like, why do I have to do that? Why do I have to do this? I mean, really? And so, like, just say for instance, like taking out the trash or something, and she'll be like, after everything I did for you, and this is what you say? This is how you pay me? So I never forgot a record. At that time, we were doing the 33 and a third, the vinyl records. And she said this vinyl record. And whenever me or any of my siblings were sideways, she would put on this next song. So this next song has turned into my song. But when you listen to the words, like, it says a lot for a mother. But this next song is No Charge, Shirley Caesar. How many people had to hear that when, they were talking sideways to their mother? But here it is, No Charge, Shirley Caesar.
My sister's little boy came into the kitchen one evening while she was fixing supper, and he handed her a piece of paper he'd been writing on. And after wiping her hands on an apron, she took it in her hands and she read it, and this is what it said. For mowing the yard, $5. If I make it up my own bed this week, $1. For going to the store, 50 cents. And playing with little brother while you went shopping, 25 cents. Taking out the trash, $1. And for getting a good report card, $5. And for raking the yard, $2. Total owed $14.75. Well, she looked at him standing there and expecting, and 1,000 memories flashed through her mind. So she picked up the pen and turned the paper over, and this is what she wrote. For the 9 months I carried you, growing inside me, no charge. For the nights I sat up with you, doctored you, prayed for you, no charge. For the time and the tears and the cost through the years, there is no charge. When you add it all up, the full cost of my love is no charge. For the nights filled with gray and the worries ahead, no charge. For advice and the knowledge and the cost of your college, no charge. For the toys, food and clothes, and for wiping your nose, there's no charge, son. When you add it all up, the full cost of my love is no charge. Well, when I think about that, I think about the day that Jesus went out on Calvary and gave his life as a ransom for me. When I think on the words, if any man be in Christ, he's a new creature. I like to think that the very minute that he shedded his blood, my debt was paid in full. And I want you to know today, when you add it all up, the full cost of real love is no charge.
So that was the song that my mother would play for me all the time. And so think about the words, right? So she starts out. So the song is No Charge by Shirley Caesar, and she starts off with, for the 9 months I held you, growing inside of me, no charge. And so that's for our biological mothers out there, right? So like I said, there are different variations, but that's a big thing. So sometimes some people don't go through, 9 months of carrying a child. There's like court proceedings that every day you have to miss work in order to go to, in order to become someone's mother. There is lots of investigations that go on. And so all of that goes to that whole, for the 9 months I held you growing inside of me. And there's no charge. And then the next line that she says that I find, really pierces me is when she says, when you add it all up, the full cost of my love is no charge. And remember, this is a mother to her child that comes to her, for taking out the trash, you owe me this money. And for, mowing the lawn, you owe me this money. And it's kind of like, really? You want to charge me for all of that? When you add up the full cost of my love to you, there is no charge. I'm not going to charge you anything. I'm just going to love you because you are my child. So that is just, I remember that song. And just remember my mother playing that song. Again, the vinyl. She had a record player like right by her door. And so she would throw that record on, turn it all the way up. And play it for you, when you didn't want to wake up on Saturday. It's like, it's Saturday. Why do I need to wake up to clean the house or whatever? And it's like, that song tells you why you need to wake up. For everything that she does, there's no charge. So just go ahead and, do it. So, that's the concept of the mother. And I will always, always, always appreciate that particular song. So, going from that, no charge, Shirley Caesar, I have got to go to a very important, that's my song. Like the 3 songs back to back, all of them are That's My Song. And this next one is definitely one of the That's My Song. This next song for mothers to celebrate mothers and mother-like people and people that are like mothers. Here is A Song for Mama by Boys to Men.
You taught me everything you've given me. I always keep it inside. You're the driving force in my life. There isn't anything or anyone that I could be, and it just wouldn't feel right. Never didn't have you by my side. Oh, you were there for me to love and care for me when skies were gray. Whenever I was down, you were always there to comfort me. And no one else can be what you have been to me. You will always be the girl in my life for all time. Mama, you know I love you. Ooh, you know I love you, Mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the stars. Yes, he said, Mama, I just want you to know, loving you is like food to my soul. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh. You're always down for me, have always been around for me, even when I was bad. You showed me right from my wrongs. Yes, you did. And you took up for me when everyone was down on me. You always did understand. You gave me strength to go on. There were so many times looking back when I was so afraid. And then you come to me and say to me, I could fix anything. And no one else can do what you've done for me. You'll